When fire met the field, humanity stopped wandering. On the banks of the Euphrates, a mother presses seeds into damp earth. This single act tethers her family to a place, and a village is born. Soon, villages swelled into cities like Uruk. Crowded lives demanded new tools, ledgers, laws, and myths scratched into clay. To answer the question of how to live together, belief systems offered a code. In the East, Confucianism prized duty. Hinduism wove philosophy into daily rites, and Buddhism offered a path beyond suffering. In the West, Judaism framed a people's identity. Greek thinkers tested truth with reason, and Christianity built communities on a promise of salvation. These ideas became the invisible architecture of civilization, guiding rulers and rebels alike. This architecture traveled. Along the Silk Roads, across the Indian Ocean, and over the Sahara, goods and faiths moved as one. A bolt of silk could carry a whispered prayer. Islam would link markets and mines from Spain to Indonesia. Later, Mongol horsemen would unite much of Eurasia, creating highways for both commerce and contagion, as the Black Death followed in their wake. The patterns of connection and crises they forged still echo in our supply chains and headlines today. Then, at the dawn of the 15th century, the oceans became roads. A cramped caravel creaks west from Lisbon, its pilot guided by ink and stars toward an unknown horizon. The Columbian Exchange would soon bind the continents, but in a brutal embrace. A humble potato would feed empires in the Old World, while smallpox shattered nations in the New. Ships driven by profit would force millions into bondage, building fortunes upon fractures that have yet to heal. This collision of worlds sparked new questions. The telescope and the printing press revealed universes in the heavens and on the page. Reason and experiment became the tools to map the laws of nature and society. This new thinking ignited revolutions. In France, citizens challenged the divine right of kings. In Haiti, the enslaved seized their own liberty, proving freedom belonged to all. The 19th century saw these ideas hardened into nationalism, as factories and railways drew the world closer, and empires carved it apart. 2 world wars burned away the old order, redrawing the map in fire and steel. As empires fell, new nations rose. The Cold War then divided the globe, a tense peace held in the shadow of the atom. Yet through it all, voices demanding human rights grew louder, carried across oceans on cheap radio waves. Today, globalization and the internet have remade our lives once more. Gene editing offers both cures and dilemmas. Artificial intelligence accelerates debate, much like the printing press did centuries ago. And the challenge of a changing climate demands a global cooperation we are still struggling to learn. The long arc of history has led us here, and understanding its path is the only way to choose our next step together.